Rusty and Me by Jade Maître. Rusty and me have been friends forever. He's a big old bus that used to be a school bus. I saw him once in a car yard, and it was love at first sight. Rusty isn't perfect. His seats are all worn on the inside from taking so many happy butts to and from school. The windows are scratched, and his hubcaps too, because the road to school is bumpy and has lots of gravel. His paint has seen better days. Rusty says I'm a bit the same as him. That's why we're friends. My knee is scratched from playing football, and I'm missing a tooth or two. My hair isn't always cut perfect. I sure have changed since I was a perfect little baby. Just like Rusty is a lot less yellow than he used to be. But all the changes in me have been from fun things like playing outside and getting bigger. Just like Rusty's are from taking lots of happy kids around the place. One day, I'll be a man, and Rusty will be... Well, Rusty will still be Rusty, maybe even a little more rusty than he is now. Anyway, this story is about something that happened to Rusty and me. One day we were driving through town and we saw this really nice little red car zoom through. It was shiny and new looking. It had clean upholstery and fresh tyres. The little red car stopped beside us. "Hey," it said, "I'm Stan. I don't come from around here. I seem to be a bit lost. Do you know where the library is?" Rusty and I knew where the library was because it was right next to the school. We told that little red car and he gave a toot and zoomed away. "Here's a nice-looking car," said Rusty. I didn't know then that he was sad. I didn't know that he was looking at that red car's shiny paint and soft, clean seats and was wishing that he looked a bit like that. We kept driving around town like we always do. We put on our favourite song and sang at the tops of our voices. We always like singing when we're driving. Rusty seemed really happy. I was happy and I thought he was too. But that night, while I was sleeping, Rusty was thinking about that red shiny car again and how different he was to him. The next morning it was bright and sunny. "Do you want to go to the beach?" At first, Rusty gave his side mirrors a little flap, but then he seemed to remember something and said sadly, "No, I think I'll just stay around here." I love Rusty, and I thought he must just be a little tired. "No problems," I said. "I can go to the beach by myself." And so I set out. I started walking along the road towards the beach. But almost as soon as I started walking, that shiny red new car glided up beside me. "Hey, where are you going?" said Stan. He was really friendly. "I'm going to the beach," I told him. "Hey, that sounds like fun. Can I come?" he asked. I was about to say yes when suddenly I thought of Rusty. "I'll come if my friend Rusty comes," I told him. We drove back to where Rusty was. He looked excited when he saw me, but then sad when he saw Stan. "Stan wants to go to the beach with us," I told Rusty. "But I only want to go if you come with us." Rusty suddenly realised that I loved him no matter what colour his paint was and what his upholstery looked like. He also looked over and saw Stan smiling and wanting to be friends. And from that moment, it wouldn't have mattered if our new friend was red, blue or tiger-coloured, because all that mattered was that he was nice and he wanted to spend the day with us, and we did too. The three of us went out and had a great time. Stan even got a tiny dint at the car park where someone accidentally banged his door with theirs. But nobody cared about that, because it was one of the greatest days of our lives. The end.